Good morning, dear children. How are you all? Hope you are all fine. Welcome back to our social study class and the chapter which we were concentrating. The chapter name is First War of Indian Independence. Whereas there are certain reasons are there for the First War of Indian Independence. Already we have completed two different reasons. The reason number one is considered as the political reasons, which we have noticed very clearly. The Britishers, they have introduced two new policies. With the help of those policies, they just wanted to conquer entire the India. So policy number one is called as doctrine of lapse, and policy number two is subsidiary alliance. So because of these two policies, various rulers have lost their dynasties. For example, the Satara dynasty, it may be then Jhansi, then Jaipur, Udaipur. So such kind of the places were completely fallen in the control of Britishers. And exceptional of these things, the second reason for the battle of first Indian independence, it is considered as economical reasons. As we know very well that Britishers were introduced a new kind of machineries or the new kind of mechanical systems they have introduced in England. As an effect of that, most of the Indian machine produced materials used to sell to the India. Whereas in India, the people used to purchase the well finished goods and all, and that also it was a quite a cheaper rate. So therefore, the most of the people dragged their attention towards that mechanical product. And due to the result of this, we can find that most of the handicraft people, those who were dependent on the handicraft or the hand looming works and all, they have become completely unemployed. The small scale industries were completely shut down, and rather than these things, instead of considering England as the mechanical producing country and all, it has become the hub for the industrializations. So overall, it is being greatest effect for the India. So due to certain reasons, the Indian farmers, then Indian small scale industry people, then most of the unemployed soldiers, all together they started to be anger in against of the Britishers, and that anger they started to express in the year of 1857. After this, in today's class, we are going to concentrate towards the administrative reasons and the military reasons. So what are the main reasons are there why the Indian people fought against the Britishers? So that all the things we will notice that. And whereas the point of administrative reasons, if you are going to reach, there you can find that the Britishers brought many civil and criminal laws they have introduced. But when you are noticing the criminal and the civil laws which they have introduced, so the law in a sense it should be equal for each and everyone, whether he is an Indian or whether it is a Britisher. So whoever they are, if they are committing the mistakes, and if the mistakes what you can call that the nature of a mistake, it is the same or the similar one, then punishment should be the same and a similar one. But whereas the Britishers, just for the naam ke vaste or the namesake, they have introduced two laws. One is called as a civil law, in case if you are having any property issues or some other things, so by the time you can go to the civil court. And another one, they have introduced a criminal law. You can visit for the criminal court, like as the robbery or the murder or such kind of the issues are taking place, so by the time you can visit it out. But whereas if you are noticing these two laws, these laws were there only in the books. And if even though if they want to implement these laws, and they were implementing these kind of laws only on the Indians, it was totally partiality laws we can call. Because see, the nature of the law, if you are witnessing, it should be similar for each and everyone, those who are living in India, whether it is the Britishers or the Indians. But the matter of the law, it was a quite a different one towards the Indians, because they were noticing that if the Indian people are committed mistakes, then all of a suddenly the court or the judges, they were declaring a punishment on the Indian person. And the same mistake if it is done by the Britishers, then they were certainly not at all they are going to be spoke out a single word. There is no punishment. The British person will be get a very clean chit release he was getting from the jail. So it was completely partiality you can consider. So then the next point, if you are going that the laws applied to the Indians in a different manner. English become the language of the court, whereas most of the Indian people or the Indian soldiers, they were unable to understand, they were unaware of the English languages. If you are entering into the court, the judge will speak in English itself, then again the court advocates and all, they are going to speak out in English only. So being if you have made any mistakes or culprit on, even though if you are not a culprit, they are making you to be culprit and stand there, but you cannot express your views. The English judges may not understand your language and you cannot speak English. So as an effect of this, we can find that the Britishers, they started to make most of the Indians to be, they have declared most of the Indians are like as a criminal cases. So in such a manner, because of this reason itself, Britishers were declared English must be the language of the court. Okay. So as exceptional of these things, even the judges were also in partiality or in favor of Britishers itself. So when they were coming, when the point it has come for giving the judgment and all, so their judgment, it was totally in favor of the Britishers. So that we can consider it out. The Britishers were or the British judges were making completely favorisms towards the British officers or towards the British people only. So this is what another thing which is completely disturbed the mind of Indian people. Those who were entering into the court, it may be there, or about the laws, it may be there. They were just clearly thinking that what sort of things are going on. So we should have to raise the voice. So that point has come in the mind of theirs. So this is also one of the reasons to fight in against of the Britishers in the year of 1857. So therefore it is considering as an administrative reasons. Okay. So next point, it comes about the military reasons. So what are the main military reasons are there? Why the Indian people fought in against of the Britishers? My dear children, if you are thinking about the military reasons, here also you can find a maximum partialities are there. The Indian soldiers, so those who are working for the Britishers, and the British soldiers, so those who are working for themselves. Okay, if you are calculating these 2 points, here the few important topics we can understand that in the matter of giving the salary, it may be there. In the matter of giving the higher position, it may be there. In the matter of giving the status, it may be there. Or in the matter of giving any respect, it may be there. Each and everything, first preference for the British soldiers, first preference for the British members only, not for the Indian soldiers, not for the Indian members. Higher salary for the Britishers. Suppose if the British soldiers in a sense all are equal only, na? The soldier in a sense, Indian soldier is there, then again British soldier is there. So for the Indian soldier they were giving 100 rupees, let us imagine, and for the British soldier they were giving the 1000 rupees, and these 1000 rupees are from the Indian pocket only. Okay, from our own pocket they were giving us 100 rupees, and from our pocket they were giving to their own people 1000 rupees. You can imagine that a huge number of differences. So because of this reason, the Indian soldiers are getting anger in against of the Britishers. Salary impartiality it is there. Then again, not only the salary impartiality, even the point of a status and a higher positions. Though the Indian people are qualified one, though they might have learnt a very well one. So when the time it comes about giving the promotions, giving the higher jobs and all, first preference for the Britishers. Then afterwards, if any the third grade classes are remaining, like us, the peon work and all, if such kind of the works are remaining, then they were thinking about the Indians, and they were thinking that if you are giving higher position to the Indians, so they may rule over us and they may understand whatever the defaults are there, they may bring it out. So better to stop them there itself and let them to be work under us. So that was the plan of that, and because of this planning itself, they were providing the lower positions to the Indians. So in the matter of a salary, there was a partiality. In the matter of a status, there was a partiality. In the matter of a promotions and all, there was a partiality. Then rather than these things, even we can understand that, okay, fine, there is a partiality about the salary, there is a partiality about the promotion, there is a partiality about the status. Somehow we were bearing these things, we were controlling these all the things. But the Britishers understood one more new policy. The policy, my dear children, divide and rule, we can call it out. So Britishers clearly understood that Indians are such a people that if you are putting a little poison called religion, then definitely they will fight each other like as the Rakshasas, and they will die each other, they will kill each other. So that was the thing, they understood it very clearly, and because of this reason itself, on the base of a religion, they started to categorize even the soldiers. On the base of the religion, they started to rule over the India. Because of this reason itself, the Britishers they had introduced the cartridges, which were cartridges in a sense, hope you are understanding, the bullet you can call, or the bombs top you can call that. Okay, so the cartridges which they had introduced, the new cartridges which they have introduced at a place called as Barakpur. So the cartridges were completely smeared up. It was a rumor, don't know that how far it is correct. Some of the historians are thinking that 100% they have done like this only, it is correct. Some others are believing that it is a rumor, ಗಾಳಿ ಮಾತಿದು ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಸತ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಜ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದೊಳಗಡೆ they had introduced new cartridges, and those cartridges were completely smeared up with the fat of a pig and the cow. Hope you are understanding the things. As we know very well that the Hindus are worshipping the cow as a god and a goddesses. Okay, so they won't allow themselves to be fetch out the cartridges cover and from with the help of a mouth and throw it out, whereas the Muslims are prohibited from the pig. It is completely restricted in the religion of Muslims, and it is the cartridges are completely smeared up, or it has been completely covered with the fat of a cow and a pig. So it was a religionistic poison they have filled, I think so. One side the Muslims are hatred of the pig and all, and whereas at another side the cows are loving by the Hindu people. So due to these reasons they are unable, the military members, those who were there, so they just don't want to be open it out with the help of their mouth, and they just want to remove the cartridges by touching it, and because of this reason they revolted in against of the Britishers. Mangal Pandey's main point, we can understand that why he fought in against of Britishers. Okay, that may be the reason which they have filled out with the help of relations. They just wanted to suppress the Indians. Hope you are understanding, my dear children. These are the two different reasons again: military reasons and administrative reasons. Overall, the four reasons we have completed: political, economical, administrative, and military reasons. Whereas in the next class of ours, we are going to concentrate towards the immediate reasons. What made the Indians to be fought in against of the Britishers that much of the aggressively. So these things we will concentrate in the next class of us. Till then, please stay safe. Thank you.